So let's rank all the flicks I watched for the first time last month in December 2021. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name's Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I'm giving you another ranking. Today I'm going to rank all the flicks I watched for the first time last month in December. Of course, the last month of 2021. Now we're in 2022. I've ranked 22 films, so I'm going to try and go rapid fire. You will see me and what have you, because there are some I'm not going to give too much details on this, because some of the half is kind of, well, you know. But anyway, there's 22 flicks that I've watched, so if you're ready, let's get into this ranking. So sit back, relax, and here we go. Coming in at number 22 is Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, Initiation from 1990. This one was dull in ways. Now, I like Clint Howard's performance in this. The rest of the cast was, more a miss than a hit and what have you. And this just wasn't quite that well like the others. And it didn't involve no killer Santa like the first three. They decided to tackle a different story. If you're a hardcore completionist of this franchise, watch it, but just to be on the safe side, if you weren't too thrilled with then don't watch it anymore. I might review this in the others down the road and what have you. But Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, yeah, it's also kind of creepy and freaky in some parts too, and what have you. So, enough said. Coming in at number 21 is Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, Better Watch Out from 1989. This film's not that good either. It's alright and what have you. I appreciate trying to continue after the last part, but they cast Bill Moseley as Ricky this time, boy. Yeah, with his hair device around his head and what have you, yeah. Well, I appreciate some of his performance, but the rest of the cast was, again, more a miss than a hit. Well, I do appreciate them having, let's see, I'm trying to see here. Oh yeah, Robert Culp, who I know best from The Greatest American Hero, and he's also been in other things, such as the original I Spy, and, well, he also was in Santa's Sleigh, which I also failed to rewatch last month. Sorry about that. This one is okay in some ways, and I appreciate him when its main protagonist being a blind teenager and what have you. But again, like the next one, kind of a little bland in some ways. Now, coming in at number 20 is Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, The Toy Maker from 1991. Now, this was factually a little better, but still not great, though. Now, I do appreciate it having legendary Mickey Rooney in this. Yep. And, well, it taking on something really shocking. And Clint Howard is back in this as well, like the last film. Now, actually, Rooney had previously condemned the original film in the franchise. But anyway, let me see. Oh yeah, not just Clint Howard, but there's Neat Hunter and Cohen Yuzna. They also return, but of course they make cameo appearances, though. It is kind of a little bit okay with some of the toys going a little crazy and what have you. I mean, I guess they were trying to do like what was more recently done with Child's Play, I think, but I can't be guaranteed that. This one's okay. I'd rather rewatch it over the previous two. Maybe. I can't guarantee you that either. Oh well. Now coming in at number 19 is Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter from 2012. Now, I've been wanting to see this for some time since the day it came out, but I kind of turned it down. But after finding it on Tubi, it was also on Amazon Prime as well, but I decided to play it safe and watch it on Tubi. Well, I had a little mixed thoughts on this. The film's okay and what have you. It's based on the mashup novel, the same name that came out a couple of years before this. But it's just a little, I don't know, kind of odd to see a twisted take on well, an old present take on the vampires and what have you. That's kind of, well, I don't know. The film's okay and reasonable in parts, but well, it's just kind of a little strange though. But Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, yeah, it's all right. Now coming in at number 18 is Alvin and the Chipmunks: The Road Chip from 2015. Now, I wasn't sure if I wanted to see this after seeing the first three, but, well, at least this was a little bit of a slight redemption after Chipwrecked. And, well, I kind of would rather rewatch this over that. But anyway, now, it's great to see the Chipmunks back on board, and they're heading off to, well, try and stop Dave from possibly proposing, what have you, which they think. And to think they're getting a new human stepbrother and what have you. But anyway, it's fairly reasonable, and I do like them performing the songs and what have you. Yeah. I know it's a shame they don't have the Chipettes in too much. I didn't think we would see them, but we do get to see them in some parts. Not a whole lot, not throughout the whole movie like the last two. Of course, this would be the final film, so after 4 live-action films, that's quits for those little guys. Oh well. But like I said, it's okay, it's fine, but it's not really great, though. But still, it's better than the last one, though. And now coming in at number 17 is Aliens vs. Predator Rakim. Or, well, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. From 2007. Now, I had been wanting to see this one. I know this didn't give us much good response and what have you. But this was more bloodier than the PG-13 rated predecessor. But, again, still wasn't that great. I watched the film on Tubi. I know Prime just got it, but unlike Tubi, they've got both versions. There's an unrated, uncut version. Maybe I'll rewatch it. But I'll probably exclude it from my rewatches, though. I don't know. And maybe just give it an honorable mention, okay? We'll see. For now, this film is, well, again, reasonable and what have you. It's still got some good bloody moments and stuff like that, so yeah, I can see them unrated and uncut versions a little more longer than this one. It's about 7 minutes longer, so that's good. The Brothers Strauss made their directorial debut on this, and that was good in ways. But the cast, well, they were mixed and what have you. But that was my first time watching. I may change my opinion on it. But anyway, AVP Rakim, it's reasonable. Now coming in at number 16 is A Muppet's Christmas, Letters to Santa from 2008. Now, this was a made-for-TV special. I watched it on Disney Plus since the other one wasn't on there, but we'll see where that one winds up. I will say this is pretty fun. It's short, but still reasonable. I did see it got an extended version, but only the original version's on Disney Plus. If I can find that extended version, I'll look into it maybe. But anyway, I mean, we're having some pretty good guest appearances from Madison Pettis, Jane Krakowski, Richard Griffiths, Uncle Vernon Dursley of the Harry Potter franchise, Nathan Lane, and then even Uma Thurman. Wow, surprised seeing her in a Muppet flick or special. Anyway, that's pretty fun and what have you. I recently did a collab. I recently collabed with Ogre Boy 1992 on this film. If you haven't seen it, you might want to check it out. If you're a subscriber to his channel, check it out. But anyway, A Muppet's Christmas, Letters to Santa, it's not too bad. Maybe I'll review it this holiday season. Okay? Alright, enough said. Now coming in at number 15 is Demonic Toys from 1992. This, of course, is a full moon features presentation. I watched this on Tubi because I really wanted to try and look into some more of Full Moon's material after seeing the first three Puppet Master flicks, which I definitely need to catch up on some more of those, and seeing the Ginger Dead Men films, well, first three anyway. Anyway, Demonic Toys, it's pretty good in some ways. I mean, it does have a pretty good shocking feel, kind of like what we saw with Child's Play, for example. Only it has more of these here characters. I know one of them was Baby Oopsie. I know that character had its own movie. I know it's on Tubi, and of course this also has a sequel. I think that's also on Tubi. I may look into those one day, maybe. But anyway, Demonic Toys, it's kind of creepy, but it is pretty silly in some ways, though. You gotta check this one out if you're into something like this. Now, coming in at number 14 is It's a Very Merry Muppet Christmas movie from 2002. Now, Ogre Boy and myself were originally supposed to collab on this, but we didn't. We failed to. But we'll make up for that, though. Which I apologize if I mentioned that in this video, Ogre Boy. If you're watching, forgive me. But again, we'll do it eventually. But anyway, I didn't know what to think of this movie, but I found the movie on one website, and it wasn't too bad. It was pretty fun. It had some pretty fun moments and what have you, and well, especially when it gets to the last act, when it turns out to be another parody of It's a Wonderful Life, and Kermit wishes he wasn't around to help his crew out. And let's see, and especially also once everything's cleared out, and like when Piggy takes on Miss Bitterman and what have you, played by Joan Cusack, that was pretty darn funny. Oh boy, it was fun. I gotta say, I did enjoy it for what it was. It's pretty funny. If Ogre Boy and I do review it, I might review it on my own. We'll see what happens. But anyway, it's pretty funny. Now, coming in at number 13 is Drag Me to Hell from 2009. Now, I know a lot of people and some of my horror fanatic friends had talked about this movie, and well, I had mixed thoughts of going into this movie. When I found it was on Peacock, I decided to check it out since it had been playing on one of the movie channels I have. But anyway, Sam Raimi did one heck of a job directing this. It's kind of a little odd, but it's got some pretty good moments. And of course, Sam wrote this with his brother Ivan on the plot. And I gotta say, this is wow. I did like the performances. Alison Lohman, Justin Long, Yeah, they were pretty good. It was kind of it was kind of scary though for a PG-13 rated horror flick, but still not too bad. I might review this sometime. Drag Me to Hell, it's not too bad. I mean, of course, I saw the theatrical cut. I know Peacock probably wouldn't have gotten the unrated version to begin with, but Drag Me to Hell, it's pretty shocking in ways. I thought it was pretty good. And coming in at number 12 is The Changeup from 2011. This is another film I watched on Peacock, and of course, it's the theatrical cut. Now, this is another film I had mixed thoughts on, but well, I finally took the time to watch it. David Dobkin, who I believe that's the guy who directed Wedding Crashers, did this, and well, Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman were really hysterical in this and what have you. I really liked the performances we got from them. Leslie Mann, I think, gave one of the highest performances I've seen of her, and well, maybe not that's the highest, but probably one of her funniest. It might not be at first, but I've been wrong before. Olivia Wilde's in this; she's really good too. I mean, this is like Freaky Friday, except it involves well, these two guys take a whiz in the fountain, wishing their lives were different. What have you? They had each other's life and what have you. So anyway, it was just crazy and what have you. So anyway, I think the change-up's pretty good and what have you. I need to review that film. We'll see if I can do that one down the road too. And coming in at number 11 is Little Women from 1994. Now, though I mostly have been more fond of the recent 2019 version, but this was the first time I saw the 1994 movie, which did provide a good cast that included Winona Ryder, Samantha Mathis, Gabriel Byrne, Trini Alvarado, and Susan Sarandon, plus a young Kirsten Dunst. I will say this film's pretty good. And of course, this was the fifth film adaptation of this and what have you, because there were others that came out long before us. There was one in 1933 and one in 1949. There might have been some more, but I can't remember. I can't keep track on some of these. Still, I will admit that this was still pretty good in ways. And, yeah. So anyway, I really think this had a good feel to it. It just kind of was well, not quite as close or as good as the recent version, but it manages to have a good atmosphere and what have you. So I still enjoyed it for what it was. Little Women 1994, it's still pretty good. Maybe I'll review that down the road. Now, coming in at number 10 is The Matrix Resurrections. Now, I originally had this at 11 and Little Women was right at this spot, but I made a last minute switch. I figured Matrix deserves to be in the top 10. So, no hard feelings. Well, despite this film's been getting some mixed response, and I completely do understand, it is in a way kind of a rehash of the first film and what have you. I appreciate them bringing back Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss back as Neo and Trinity, even though they've gone under different names, but soon they are back into the world of the Matrix. We do get some old and new characters and what have you. But, well, apparently I like it for some good reasons. If you haven't seen my review of it, you need to check out that. That started out pretty slow, but it exploded through like crazy and became my second most viewed video of last month. But anyway, The Matrix Resurrections, it's pretty cool. I mean, like I said, don't mind the mixed reviews, but hey, you be the judge. I understand what they're saying. But it still had some pretty good action packed sequences, though. Now, coming in at number 9 is A Kingsman. Now, this, of course, is a prequel to both Kingsman, The Secret Service, and The Golden Circle, which I know will get an actual follow-up to those two real soon. I can't guarantee like real soon. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, this film was kind of a mixed bag in my view, sort of, but I had a more good liking to it. I mean, the cast wasn't too bad. The action was pretty good, but it just had some pacing issues, though. If you have not seen my review for this, you need to check it out. But it did have some pretty decent performances. Ray Fiennes, Gemma Arterton, Jamon Hansu, Reese Ifans as Rasputin. Yeah. Still pretty reasonable, though. Now, coming in at number 8 is Disney and Pixar's Toy Story That Time Forgot from 2014. Now, this, I think, was pretty good. This was a TV short special, and I caught it on TV. I'm just gonna say it was fun and what have you. And let's see here. I'm glad they got most of the regular cast from the Toy Story franchise back and what have you. Seeing how the toys encounter the Battlesores, which that's really something. Those were pretty good characters. I gotta say, they were pretty good. But anyway, overall, I thought this was just so much fun. I'll definitely need to review that. I need to watch the other Toy Story specials. And if I do, maybe I'll review those later on down the road. Toy Story That Time Forgot was pretty good. Now, coming in at number 7 is The Small One from 1978. Now, I can't seem to recall if I saw this or not, but anyway, this, of course, was another Disney short film. And this, of course, was directed by Don Bluth before he even hit big with The Secret of Nim and An American Tail and The Land Before Time, All Dogs Go to Heaven, all those films. Anyway, I thought it was pretty good. It's also known as A Christmas Miracle in the UK, based on the 1947 children's book of the same name about, well, a young boy who has to part ways with his best friend, an old donkey. Yeah. So, and this boy learns what the true meaning of Christmas is. So anyway, The Small One's definitely worth a look into. I thought it was pretty good. I think I recall seeing it in a book, though. I might be wrong, but that was a long time ago. But The Small One, I think it's worth looking into. Of course, you can find the film on Disney Plus. Check it out. Now, coming in at number 6 is Ron's Gone Wrong. Now, despite I failed to go see this in the theater, Disney Plus was, however, nice enough to give this film to us just a couple months later, just more recently. Anyway, since, of course, 20th Century Studios is under license at Disney, and I'm going to say this was so good. It was absolutely funny and pretty darn crazy and what have you. I mean, I like the characters in this. Barney's a good character. So is Ron. Of course, that's the B-bot he gets. It's just funny. Yeah. First film done by Locksmith Animation. Very good. Of course, we'll be seeing more from them later on down the road. But Ron's Gone Wrong, it's absolutely hysterical. You gotta check it out. The full movie is on Disney Plus, and I think it's also on HBO Max as well. It'll be coming to regular HBO later on this year, I'm sure. Anyway, now for the top 5. Oh yeah, if you haven't seen my review of Ron's Gone Wrong, check it out. Now coming in at number 5 is West Side Story from 1961. Now, I watched this before going to see the new one. We'll see where that winds up. That's still ahead. But this film is so incredible. I didn't know if I would even like it, but I did. Of course, it's an adaptation of the classic romantic tragedy of Romeo and Juliet, where feuding families become even bigger rivals and, well, get to know about all sorts of things, the rumbles and what have you. I like the performances from the cast and what have you. They were all exceptionally good. The music in this is really good too. But I'll tell you more, yeah, if I like it, of course, when I get to the remake. But anyway, West Side Story 1961. This is a classic. I think this is this is a flick you should look into. I mean, if you haven't seen my review for this one, check that one out too. West Side Story 1961. It's pretty good. But I kind of like the new one as well. Again, that's still ahead. Now coming in at number 4 is The Carpenters at Christmas from 1977. And this was a made-for-TV special that featured, well, the duo I got to like him more last year, even though I'd only become fond of their Christmas music, but I forgot I recalled hearing some of their own stuff. Anyway, this, of course, I'm talking about the late, great Karen Carpenter and her brother Richard and their first holiday special. Now, I didn't get to watch the Christmas portrait special, but anyway, this was pretty fun, what have you. I liked how it has a story and what have you. Richard's not too sure if he wants to come to his sister's Christmas party, but soon he does after he runs into several people along the way, including Christy McNichol, Harvey Korman. Yeah. I mean, if you're a Carpenters fan, this is one you gotta check out. But if you haven't seen the special, I'd highly recommend it. The full special is on YouTube. You need to check it out. It does feature some of the songs that would be featured on their Christmas Portrait album, which came out the next year, like Sleigh Ride, which starts off that special. I absolutely love that version. But anyway, The Carpenters at Christmas, it's not too bad. Alright, now for the final 3, coming in at number 3 is Sing 2. Now, I loved this. I love this just as much as the first one. With the same voice acting cast back with us, including Matthew McConaughey, Reese Witherspoon, and Tori Kelly, Taron Egerton. Oh, everybody came back. It was cool to hear Bono in this. Really something. I mean, new characters weren't too bad either. I really thought that was pretty good. I managed to say that I did enjoy this. My review of this has already been doing so well, so if you haven't seen my review of Sing 2 yet, you need to check it out. But I'll leave it for you, the card for you when I do the a screen for it when I do the suggestions, okay? But anyway, Sing 2 is pretty fun. The songs are absolutely good too. Some of the characters and what have you, it's incredible. Check out Sing 2 if you haven't. And now coming in at number 2 is West Side Story 2021. I was blown by this. I mean, as it came out 60 years later after the original, I think this was very good. I loved it just as much as the original. With a great cast of performances, including Ansel Elgort, David Alvarez, Rhea Moreno, who was in the original, but she plays a different character in this one. But of course, the big performance in this was YouTube sensation Rachel Zakler, who was absolutely perfect as Maria. I was really impressed with her performance. So anyway, yeah, and the music's just about as good in this version as it is in the original. I think it's just so incredible. If you haven't seen this one, you should. It's a shame it didn't do so well, but let's hope for the best with the awards buzz coming. We'll hope for the best. It'll try and rake in some more moolah, we hope. But let's not jump to any conclusions yet. But anyway, it could happen. So West Side Story, it's so incredible. I mean, 2021 it is. And finally coming in at number one, my number one December first time watch is, I think you know what it is. Here it is. That's right, it was Spider-Man No Way Home. Wow, the film that saved the box office big time. It has already made $1 billion worldwide after just 2 weeks. It's probably still gonna climb. Now it's been 3 weeks now. This is probably the best Spider-Man flick I've seen to date. With great performances from Tom Holland, Zendaya, and let's see, Jacob Batalon, plus former Spideys, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Incredible. We get some of the previous villains back and what have you. Incredible. Benedict Cumberbatch is back as Doctor Strange. He's really good. Boy, I gotta say, this was a blast from start to finish. We'll hope for the best of what will happen with Spidey next. But in the meantime, you haven't seen this, you better see it while you still can and what have you. This was just so good. I loved every bit of it. It was just so awesome. The action sequences, the acting, everything was perfect. And there you have it, my December 1st time watches of from last year, 2021. So what did you think of this ranking? You can tell me what you think of in the comment section below. If you liked the video, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And join me next time when I bring to you my ranking of my top flicks of 2021. Now, it's not going to be all of them, but it'll be 30 of them. So thanks for watching, and if you like this, check out my reviews for the top 3 flicks on here. The upper left-hand corner is the one I did for Spider-Man No Way Home, which that definitely could use more views than what it's already got. It's only got a measly 11, while these other two got tons of views. The upper right-hand corner is the one for West Side Story 2021, which has gotten over 30. And bottom left-hand corner is the review I did for Sing 2, which has almost come close to 30 views. Come on, get some brains here and watch that Spider-Man review, or else you people have broken me big time. The bottom sorry, my bad. Bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. I'm sorry, I just want y'all to understand. But anyway, if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.